Okay, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Lakeshore Curling Club. We're hosting the Nova Scotia Provincial Junior Curling Championship here today, and the team that we're going to be covering is Loewen and Sheffield. I'm Penny LaRock, and my co-partner here today with me is...
Adam Cox.
Hey, Adam, welcome aboard. Let's hope we can have some fun today. Yeah. So we've got out here today, there's 4 sheets going. Let me give you an update of what has happened so far with this event. Weagle last night played Young and defeated Young, and he is now the A qualifier. Out here, Weagle is now moved down into the B division, and he's playing McIsaac from Truro, and that's on sheet B. Today we're covering sheet C and D here. On sheet C we have, Mosier and Langlois. Our sheet that we're covering is Loewen and Sheffield, and we have Young and Strachan playing on sheet E. So we'll be giving you updates throughout the whole broadcast. So the game has started, and let's see what these guys have to offer. This is an important game for both because with the game that we're covering today, this team could move into, keep moving forward. That's the important thing they want to do, is they want to cover, get one of those remaining B or C spots. Adam, let's take a look at, maybe you can give us the team profile of the team that we're going to be covering today.
So we have Team Sheffield. Colin Sheffield is 19 years old. He's been curling for 7 years. They all curl out of the Glooscap Curling Club in Kentville. He is also the champion of the 2017 Glooscap Invitational. Then we have his assumed brother, Evan Sheffield. He's age 17, has also been curling for 7 years. He was on the Horton High School mixed team that won the regional banner in 2018. That team got second place at provincials. Then we have Jake Archibald, age 16. He's been curling for 5 years. He was on the Horton mixed team that also won the 2018 regional banner, and also finished second at provincials. And then Owen Schofield, age 15, has been curling for 5 years, curling out of the Glooscap Curling Club. Was the runner-up at the 2017 Berwick Fun Spiel and 2017 runner-up boys high school regionals, and runner-up at the 2016 consolation final.
Have they listed the coach here as well?
Shane Wright.
Shane Wright. Does it show a profile or anything for Shane? Sometimes these teams, when they're relatively new teams, will come to these events and pick up a coach just that year because they're just a developing team. When we look at some of the profiles, we have a couple of the members from the Burgess family in Truro, and they have a long history of being not only competitive curlers, but also good coaching experience as well. So we're not sure what kind of experience this coach will have for this team, but that may come into play because they have 2 timeouts, and so I'm sure we'll have a break in the action throughout this day as the teams will call their timeout and the coach will come out and give their opinion. So who are they up against now?
They are playing Team Loewen. That is... if I can't find them.
Yeah, we'll be just there in a second. We've got a big list of players here, so just give us a minute and we'll have them. The game starts off pretty simple. Both teams want to play the first couple of ends. Relatively simple, although I see on sheet they're a lot more complicated, but on our sheet it's relatively wide open. They don't want to make too many mistakes and get behind early, so it's a little cautious play to start.
Okay, and we have Team Loewen. Skip Graham Loewen, 18, from Winnipeg, Manitoba. Has been curling for 13 years, and he plays baseball in the summer. We have third Adam McEachran, who is 18. He is currently attending Dalhousie University. He's curled for 7 years. He has quite a few curling accomplishments, 3 provincial championships, 4th at 2019 Under-18 National Curling Championship. And Andrew Lawrence, the second, is 20 years old, currently goes to Acadia University and graduated from Avonview High School. He's been curling for 14 years. And he also plays basketball. He played basketball in high school. He is also has 15 years of experience playing piano. And then we have the lead, Mackenzie Noss, who has been curling for 13 years from Bridgewater, is attending NSCC Lunenburg, and enjoys playing softball as well as golf. And then Coach Karen Skiffington, who many here at Lakeshore know very well.
So what we've got when we look at the profile of these two teams, we have one team that has lots of experience and the other a younger developing team. And so we'll have a look and watch how this unfolds, although age doesn't seem to matter sometime at this level. We have a team on the ice that 3 of the players are 15 years of age, and they've been having some phenomenal games. They actually practice 25 hours a week. I was thinking about that last night, and I thought, oh my God, they must go to school, come home, go to the rink, and then come home for supper, do their homework, and go to bed. So there's lots of commitment going on out there on the ice. The Canadian Championship is the brass ring that they're all trying to reach for, so they can go to. So let's just see how this one plays out.
Yeah, right now it's shaping up like a very good chance for at least 2 for Team Loewen. Even if this double's made, they should have a fairly easy shot to split the rings again and lie 2.
Both teams have had an opportunity to get out and practice on the ice, so if the skip, even though he throws, maybe he has to throw a hit on his first rock with that draw, with his last rock, he should have a feel. The teams will have timed the opponent's rocks and their rocks, so the stopwatch definitely is a good tool for the kids to figure out how to make that final shot. Oh, wow. Good try, just scooted by that back one.
This should be a fairly routine nose hit to leave a tricky shot to only give up a 2 here. So.
Can see the skip throws with the short broom. Years ago, players used the straw broom on the ice, but they can no longer slide or sweep with the straw because it left too much debris on the ice. So obviously that comes from maybe his junior days when he was throwing with the straw broom. So cut off this tiny little broom and lays it on the ice and slides out that way. Straight back hit here, hoping that he misses his back one.
Hit and rolls out, so there's a chance to get out of this end, only giving up a 2 for Team Sheffield.
Big shot coming up here. He definitely wants to stay. Possibly the hit and roll over to the one on the other side of the rings to make it more difficult for the double.
Seems like he's pretty close. Oh.
Whoa. Oh,
Right.
you don't like to do that the first shot.
And now Loewen will have a draw anywhere in the rings for 3. Or, they're looking at playing the split for 4. So this should be a good chance at 3 for sure.
Definitely, it's worth a try to do that. And with the right weight, they'll at least get 1 rock on the ring. So this is a tricky shot. It's very first touch shot for the skip in the game, and but not a lot of risk at this. He should at least get his 1.
Very close.
Oh, very good try. Very good try. At least 3, starting off with 3 for the Loewen team from the Mayflower Curling Club. Adam, we've got lots of volunteers and supporters here this morning, even for the 8 o'clock draw. It seems that junior curling bring out family members just like they do in hockey.
Yeah, we have a few people bearing the elements out there today, sitting on the bleachers, all bundled up.
Yeah, they need to. Sitting on the ice and playing out there in the rink, 2 different things. It's really cold when you sit on those metal bleachers, and so yeah, most of them have cushions and mittens and toques on, and supporting their family members. Loewen's called the first rock in the house. That big 3 looms heavily over Glooscap's head, but it's a long game and they just have to be patient. They definitely need to get 1 this end to get some of the butterflies out and still feel that, the game is in hand.
Yes, the great thing about 10 ends is that you have lots of time to come back. There's no need to get all 3 of these points back this end. Just make sure you score 1 here and keep the wheels rolling for the rest of the game.
Called a corner guard here. It looks like the skip has raised his hand, maybe thinking that it might be up a little bit, but the sweepers are on it, so. Yeah, good shot. Anything out front, that's what they need. Just the regular formula goes here. It's interesting how you watch the game. The first couple of shots are played in, corner, in the house again, and then the game is on.
Yeah, it'll be pretty routine here, I'd say, for the first few ends at least, till it either gets closer or further apart in the score, and then there might be some unpredictable things going on.
Little mistake here.
Yeah. Anything out front right now is definitely Team Sheffield, so.
center guard. Just ignore that rock that's open on the back. Anything behind the tee is the advantage for the Sheffield team. This looks up a little hot.
Just needs to dig.
Just slips out the back. Missed opportunity here.
Now they will just throw one, hopefully top 8 to top 4, no deeper than that, and force Sheffield into some tougher shots here when they really want to be throwing draws. So.
You can play a perfect end all but one shot, and that makes a huge difference in how the game is played or the opportunities for the opponents to steal. Just squeaked by that front rock. Great shot.
That's a very good spot there. Just biting the top of the 4 foot.
Playing the little hit and roll in behind. The problem is this rock will be behind the tee line. Just a little over curled and ticked the front, the blue one on the top of the 4, and the game is still, nothing much has changed.
No, this could get very messy here soon. Skip could be looking at a draw against quite a few if they don't make a real good one here soon. So.
When you're chasing like this, shots have to be perfect. It becomes really difficult on the players who maybe come in here with less experience. Maybe good shot makers can hit the rock, but when you're facing an end like this, you have to be perfect on your shots. Just squeezing by that front rock. Great sweeping there, boys. Ouch, this is starting to hurt. Yeah.
And it looks like he is now throwing the peel on the center line guard, try to open things up, give himself a chance to score here late in the end.
Yeah, it's actually a perfect guard, so if they can open that up, Loewen will have to try to replace it, and it's not that easy to put it exactly in the same spot again. So let's see if the guard will give them a chance to get in and maybe come in behind that blue on the top of the 8 and just nestle in there on the 4 foot. He might get out of this end.
This guard looks like it's definitely tight, I would say.
Yeah, it's
looks like it's going to go
over.
to the perfect spot. So.
Yeah, it is. Excellent. A little longer, I think, than the other was, but it's hard to thread that needle and come in on that in turn. You just can't get in there. So they have to go back and take that guard off and see if they can replace it again. He always has hit and roll on the rock on the 8 foot into the 4 for his last shot,
yeah.
So he has that saver there. Whoa, this was quite a surprise here.
That'll clean it up quick. So.
Cleaned it up quick. It left the guard out for him, but it took out 2 shots, so well done.
there's a little glimmer of hope now for your what is it, for them. Now that if this comes deep, they will have a chance. If not, they can still make a run back. So to get out of the end.
Yeah, that hit and roll in is gone now. So actually, this is a difficult position for them as well. So it looks like they'll probably play the run back again, hoping that they might get 2 times lucky on this and get the double out.
Yeah, you always like to be running your own rocks in as well, so it's a little bit of a help. If they can manage to stick this in there, Loewen will be forced to hit it, and they're pretty close. Get it.
Oh,
just by it.
Squeaked by. Oh, problem with that when you're playing the run back, if you don't get it, then you leave the rock out front, and it makes it, it complicates the end for their team.
Yes. They're lucky that they will always have the out-turn draw for 1 to the side of the 4-foot, so it's looking like they should have a shot at least for 1 at the end of the end.
Yeah, with Loewen, he'll just pop this one again out front, and then Sheffield will have to decide if this is the time now to try to tuck that one in, maybe show a piece of it, and force Loewen into a really difficult shot. And then he would just repeat his draw again. Sounds simple, doesn't it?
It's real easy from back here, so.
Doesn't want to be too deep on this. Just, they certainly know that spot. This one's curled up a little bit more. Yeah, it's swung over the tee line. I think looks like he's going to make the draw on this one. It doesn't.
Yep, I think that's the right call now.
Yeah, for sure.
Gives him a good chance to get a feel for a draw on his first one. Hopefully he'll have the same shot.
And possibly get 2.
Yes, if he makes it well, he has a chance to score 2 out of this. So.
Well, this is what they get the big bucks for, the skips, don't they? So let's see if this little guy can draw here.
The sweepers are close.
Just down on it, so it's always a good sign. Judging now is important. Whoa, boys. No, boys. Just a hair. Just a little sweep early. And that's where experience comes in. Having seen those rocks going down so many times, they're able to make a better judgment call whether they should sweep or not. And so maybe that early sweep just didn't give it the chance to take as much curl as it needed.
Yep, the good news is that even with where this rock's going to be placed, he should have in-turn draw. So he'll get a redemption shot at the draw if he would like to. So.
The problem with that is going on the in-turn. He has to go out so wide, and they haven't played out there. It'll be a difficult one to judge the ice. The pebble will be much fresher out there, so it should run a little more.
Yeah, the trick would definitely be to throw pretty similar weight to what he just threw there, a few feet harder, and it would probably be close.
Well, here's the thing. Does he want to put this one out front, or is he looking at, oh, he's coming in. Looks like he's called it in the house, which definitely is a good shot. Does he want to just bump his own back and make him look at the double? Oh, wow, nasty shot. Oh, a beautiful shot, really.
Yep.
It's very difficult to hit and stay there. That one just got by the front.
Yeah, he might have slid just slightly deep, or he might be perfect, depending on if they can nose this and be shot.
Yeah.
But
it's all going to be in the weight. Maybe if he threw the same weight that he did on his draw, because he knows what that is and how that ran. It ran pretty straight on that draw for him, because if you look where that yellow one is in the back, he took that same weight. This one here, well, it looks like he's going to throw board weight on this.
yeah, yes, I would say a solid hacked board, looks like, by that broom.
Oh, facing 3 again. It wears you down. The only way to get experience, when your team's outside of the larger metropolitan area, it's difficult to get games and to get the experience. You may do a lot of practicing on your club, but if you don't get out and face the competition, it's difficult to develop that consistency in your game. Looks like it's lovely weight, and they're just keeping it clean. So it's just going to get by.
And that would be a steal of 3
Steal
for
of 3.
Loewen. So, off to an early lead here.
Yeah, tough hole to dig out of for the Sheffield team. I think if he had taken that same ice as he had on that draw, that might have been better, because the weight looked pretty good, but it certainly curled up on him.
Good news is with the 5 rock rule, chuck lots of guards up, and you never know.
Yeah, just keep picking away, one here, one there, get a steal in, and let's see. There are no hogline officials in this tournament, so it's really the honor system. But what'll happen occasionally is that the officials will go out on the ice and stand on the hogline just to let the players know that they're there and that they should be cautious. It's easy to go over the hogline with these long slides now and the momentum that they can create from the drive from the hack. So they have to keep the players on their toes. But unlike national championships, where the stones have a mechanism that if you go over the hog line, the bells will go off and the lights will go. So here it's the honor system. Adam, all these volunteers here at these events are not paid. We often, as competitive players, as you know, you come to these events and you have expectations, and you're looking for good ice and things to be held on time, but we forget that the people that are putting on these events are volunteers, and like you and I had to get up early this morning and come here to do this broadcast. It's because we love the game and we want to see it grow and get the information out there. So, yeah, thanks to all the volunteers that come out here for all these games. But don't forget to support the junior curling in the hosting club. They often have raffles here. I see when I came in, they're selling cookies, $1 a packet to help with their junior program. So any of you that plan to pop by, put a loonie or a toonie in your pocket and plan to support the junior program at this club.
Now we have They are not throwing a guard. They're coming right in, it appears, so it's an interesting decision, but one that might pay out, seeing as there is a blue guard right now anyway.
Hanging on the back. Sometimes you just have to go crazy out there and try something different. If one thing isn't working, then you'll try another, and because it can feel hopeless at times, and what you think you should do isn't working, so you'll just try something else. So it's a lesson in humility out there sometimes when you look up at the scoreboard and you see 2 threes and
it appears he's throwing the hack waiter now.
just trying to sneak by that rock. Ooh. Everything seems to be going their way today, doesn't it? Just a little rock off the rings out front there and 2 in the house. So he's just going to continue to play in around there, hope something will happen, a mistake will be made and they can get their 2.
This is, I think, a hit. Hit and roll, maybe. They made pretty well.
Yeah, tucked that one in behind quite nicely. Calling the run back here on the front stone. It's not a long one, so could pick up a piece of it, or they nose hit it, and it's a considerable difference in the ages here too. In the junior program, 15 to 19 and 20, that's a huge differential in the growth development, not only in the physical development, but in the development of the game. And that's what we see here. Yep.
Yeah.
And he's left the rock out front as well, which is what he wanted. So he's just playing again this way, just forcing Loewen's team to either play the run back or the hit.
Yeah, he's definitely still has a chance here for pick up a 2, at least if they can make a good come around here at some point. And hope that they don't make the run back again. But sometimes it seems like team can't miss you're playing against. Doesn't matter what you hide behind. So.
Right. Just a little tap, but he left the rock in play. That's the important thing here. Good sweeping on the Glooscap team, though. Can see the speed and the stroke of the broom. Front-enders love that, don't they?
I guess so. I was never a big fan of the sweeping, but
I could never sweep. I think that's why I skipped. How about you?
yeah, when I had to move to mate, but yeah, this year I'm playing second, sweeping a lot more.
Yeah.
I don't know about it.
Yeah, it's such a phenomenal and interesting and important part of the game now. I mean, not only do the sweepers have to be able to judge the rock, I mean, to try to put it in a precise spot, but, the speed and the stroke and the strength of the sweeping that's required. People are so much more physical today than they were years ago. Pressure you see on the head of those brooms. It's kind of exciting to watch, really.
Yeah, there's definitely a large difference in the last even 5 or 6 years in comparison to before that. There's Definitely some big boys out there on the tour nowadays. So.
Oh, those arms, the weightlifting that they do, you can look at the upper bodies and you can see their arms are so strong. I mean, even in the women.
Yeah, there are some very good athletes out there nowadays. Curling, it's no longer a game for your grandmother and grandfather, so.
Yeah, and that beer behind the glass, 1 or 2 before you go out to play. Long gone is that. It's just, you just have to be patient in this game. It's just try to draw one in, take it out, draw one in, take it out. And Loewen's team are happy to just keep it down, let them have one, and then they'll have the hammer in the next end and possibly get another 2 on the board.
I think they're going to probably try to kill that. Nope. They aren't.
They're lying too. I guess the thing is, hitting that one in the back there doesn't make a lot of sense. If they make a mistake, hit their own, stay in the nose, it leaves a pocket back there. This is a pretty good shot. You don't often want to be playing the wings when you have last drop, but it's not a bad call.
Yeah, it's good as long as you make it. If you miss it, this could get a little dicey, but.
Yeah, it could.
I guess you never go into a shot hoping that you're going to miss, so you could also flash the hit, so.
Flash the hit, yeah. Definitely, if he takes that yellow one, he'd like to go in and take both of them out, not to leave a pocket back there. And maybe sometimes, you could be right, is that to drawing this one over here, there's no need really to do it. What your goal is to hold the opponents to 1. You don't really have to think that you're going to be able to steal 3 or 4. That back there has left a pocket. The pocket's there now to draw down to the back.
Yeah, they're definitely just going to be throwing the draw anyway. But if this is missed, they could have him throwing against quite a few again. So.
He's been close on his draws, just a little heavy. Boy's giving him the hands up there to, okay, buddy, you can do this, and doesn't want to be light anywhere down in front of that one.
Yeah, make the life of the other skip look difficult, if anything else. Get it down there and make them make a shot. So, should be close on this one.
Looks like he's got lots of weight on this. Starting to come down a little bit, sweeping. Oh. Oh, is this one going over curl? Just not enough ice. The weight would have been fine for it.
Yeah, the weight was perfect.
Yeah, the weight was absolutely perfect for that shot. A lot has to do in getting used to new ice too. I mean, their ice at their club may run very different than this, and if they don't have an opportunity to travel around to other clubs to learn how to read ice, it may be, that could be a problem.
Yeah, and with these provincial rocks that we're using here today, they're definitely a little more aggressive with curl than a lot of club rocks. So if you're not real positive with your release, sometimes that can happen, and they'll just kind of walk sideways and almost looks like it's picking.
Yeah, that's interesting to note that the rotation that the players have on the stones, the more inexperienced players, like here Loewen has just thrown, he has had already one rotation. It looks like he's going to have a 2 rotation handle coming down. Now it'll be interesting. We'll look at Sheffield's the next time he throws a draw and see what the rotation on the handle is, because that does make a big difference. You can call the same ice or the same weight, and the stones will do 2 different things. Yep. Okay, well, this gives us an opportunity to have a look at his rotation now that we've just talked about that.
This is a big draw here. If this one's missed, it starts to look really out of reach. So
Yeah, it looks impossible. I'm not sure in this event if it's a mandatory 6 or 5 ends to play. Okay, let's see. Here we go for the rotation. So that's 1. Yeah, 1 1/4. 1 1/4 rotation. Good weight. Is he gonna slip by there? Yeah, good.
it's a good
Good shot. Very good shot. Against 3. He's definitely. Looks like he's 1. Oh, they're gonna measure?
Yeah, the camera angles can be deceiving. So
Yeah, they can for us.
I would never bet the house on anything from in here. So
It's worth the measure. It's always worth the measure. Well, let's get an update. Adam, tell me what's going on out there across the sheets today.
over in Weagle McIsaac's game, they're in the 3rd end. Skips are throwing, and Weagle's winning 5-1. In the Mosier Langlois game, it's 3-2 for Mosier, and in Young versus Strang, it is 2-1. They are all in the 3rd end right now. All look like they're coming down to Skips Rocks. So we'll see how this measure goes.
Both mates will come over and have a look. They're entitled to come near, but not to impede the official in any way or influence them, just to observe. Yep, yellow.
Yellow.
There we go. They're on the board.
Sometimes that's the best thing you can do is just get rid of the hammer, because sometimes it doesn't seem to work.
Yeah, that's
So
true. And then just keep throwing them up and force the other team to make some difficult shots. So let's see what happens. He's calling it out front, which would be the typical thing to do. So on the center line, 4 or 5 feet out front. 3. So our team's a little quick out here. Everyone else out there is finishing off their 3rd end. We're in the 4th end here now. It's a good time to thank AMJ Campbell for your wonderful sponsorship of this event. And please, everyone that's listening, if you're moving or you know someone that's moving and they ask you, can you recommend someone who would take good care of their furniture Please call A&J Campbell. Just had a missed opportunity here, Adam.
Yes, we did. It looks like they came short of the hog line, so that will.
How do you think the team's feeling after getting one? They feel a little better, but it must be still like a long hill that they're trying to climb up.
Yeah, yes, it's definitely tough right now to really want to be playing, but you have to keep playing for a bit, and you never know. Fluky things happen all the time in curling, so
It does.
one miss can turn a 1 into a 3 or 4, so you're never out of it.
That's what you have to keep telling yourself, right?
At this point, I don't think they're going to be hitting anything.
No.
Doesn't really matter how many more points they give up. They have to start scoring, so lots of guards in play, chuck lots of rocks in. And
see what happens in the end. It's easy to become complacent sometimes when you're the team that's up and everything is going well, and you just kind of relax and you lose a bit of the concentration. Oh, this one's slipped in here. Oh, just off the rings. So it's in the free guard zone. They can't hit that,
Yep.
right? That's added a lot of excitement to the game, hasn't it?
yes, I don't remember. I've never played in the non-free guard zone era, but
Great. Oh, I did. I played in a time when they didn't even play corner guards. God, that sounds like the dark ages, but matter of fact, it probably was the dark ages of curling. Oh, yes, when I remember the year that Russ Howard introduced the concept of the free guard zone, and they held a competitive event in New Brunswick where they wanted to show the curling community what the three free guard zone would work like, and it takes a while to introduce anything new to a sport, but what's happened with curling is that most of the innovation has come through the curlers themselves, not so much the administrators. Curlers will look at the game and say, this makes it much more interesting. I mean, we had games in the Briar that would end up 2-1, and how boring that would be for spectators to just watch hit, draw. Now it's so complex that you can't even figure it out at times.
yeah, the 4 guard zone was definitely had to be changed just strictly because of how good the competitive curlers had become. Runbacks had became wide open hits to them, so it was becoming easy again. Changing it up, add some more rocks in play, and
yeah, and that tick shot on the front that actually the women started to perfect before the men did, and they called it the Weagle, and that was interesting. That is a really difficult shot to make. The weight has to be just so perfect, the sweeping, the calling, everything. So, yeah, there's a lot of things to look forward to in the game of curling now. The shots the skips can throw such big weight now, which years ago they couldn't. It was usually the front end players that could throw the big weight. Now the skips have to throw that big weight when they're looking for the double or the triple.
yeah. Yeah, that's one thing you'll notice even out here is that everyone out here can throw the rock hard. That's something you learn real young now. That
Timeout is called out here. Sheffield team has called a timeout on our sheet.
be interesting to see what they do here. They could either throw a guard or else hit those rocks and lie to.
He could look at that, but it seems to me that you have to throw the guard. You have to just keep ignoring things, and it's going to be over, or you're going to steal, and you've made your bed now, and they could look at giving Loewen 1 here, play the double, and lie 2, and then see what Loewen does. Or they could try to steal. It's difficult to steal your way through this game. So, I don't know, what do you think? Maybe hitting those 2 over there, let Loewen face 2, see if he can, maybe he'll hit and roll out, and then he could come in around his yellow one or bump it back. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think you guard for now. I mean, it's so early in the end still, and these guys are all such good hitters that I think you guard out. At some point, I think you'll see them go over and hit those blues. But I think for now,
it's a little early.
No matter what they do, they're going to peel that guard if they throw it.
Yes. So timing is everything, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you make the move too early, you've lost your opportunity.
Yeah, at some point these guys are going to make a double if they hit those ones out in the wing. So.
Well, I guess the coach will have heard it out and,
Oh.
Wow.
He's playing a tap of some kind.
Yeah. I didn't see that coming, did you?
No, I'm not really sure what the call is, if they're trying to tap it on the nose.
Yeah, it looked like he's looking at tap split or something.
Yeah, to lie too.
It's an interesting call. If you make it, it's really good.
Yeah, this one seems to be curling early.
It's over curling early, yeah, and they're going to lose the shooter. Maybe tap
might
their
get
own.
it into those corners.
Yeah, if they can slip by that. Whoa, this one. Woohoo. Well, who would have thought, right?
Yeah, that's...
What do we know? Anything in play, really. I mean, whether it was out front or you wanted to do that, he had to keep his rock in play. I think you're right, though. One more out front might have been a better option. But let's see.
Yeah, they're just going to peel this one away, I think, up at the top of the rings. So it's the real danger rock right now is the one that's top 12. They can come around that, almost use it as a guard. So.
Oh, God. Who saw that coming? And oftentimes, that's what happens. You know, the team is up. The concentration goes down. You lose the edge.
Yeah.
And here we go.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised he didn't take a crack at that yellow double there on that one.
Yes.
Now all of a sudden, with a few made shots, Loewen could be drawing to the 4-foot for one against a few.
Yes,
so.
he could. Oh. He's calling to the open side. Oh, they've got to go on this one, boys. Their head's down there. Skip has come in there to sweep a little bit. Oh, ouch.
Yeah. No. Let's see a nose hit here.
Just a little nose hit on this one. Hit and stay, really. Doesn't want to swing too far over because that corner guard could come into play. There's a lot of weight again on this here, and it ran pretty straight on them.
Yeah, I think he might be rolling out.
Yeah, rolling out. Well, the corner guard's there. Does he want to put one up front again now? He's certainly not going to play on that one on the edge of the 12.
No.
Yeah.
Yep, come around the corner guard. And
Yep.
they'll be forced to peel it.
And they could be lying too. Loewen could hit, roll out, possibly get a steal.
Yep.
I see on sheet E in the Young and Strang game, Strang just picked up a big 4-ender. So the score there is 3-2. What else is going on out there?
McIsaac picked up a 2 in the third end to bring it back to 5-3, so they're battling back. And Mosier also picked up a 2 in the third, so they're up 5-2 now. This will be another hit and roll out. And
they don't need to stay around on those.
Nope.
Would only give them an opportunity to freeze down or freeze bump or something. So he's going to try to make this a little more difficult. Tuck that in a little more behind.
Yeah, if you can ever make the come around really good, it's a good chance to force for sure. So.
Looking out at some of the jackets out there, you can see that a number of the teams have sponsors, which is really important for these kids, because if you're going to travel or get the proper equipment, you need some help. It can get expensive. So thanks to anyone that's sponsoring any of these teams out there. If I had binoculars, I could look at it and I'd give you a little heads up, but not that good.
Yeah, you know what they always say, they look good, play good, so you gotta have the fancy jackets.
That's right, you walk tall when you're looking good. Whoa, this
they're
is
by.
A good shot. Get it in, boys. Well done. That was a beautiful shot. Well swept, well thrown. Looks like he's going to have to play the run back. That just slipped by there.
Yeah. This is not the longest run back, but
no.
Even if he makes it, he should leave a guard. So.
Inside out or outside in on this? I guess he's asking the skip which turn he wants. Maybe they haven't thrown many on that in turn that far out. God, it's right in the center of the rock. I haven't got a clue which turn he's calling.
I think he's going in turn, but yeah, I would think.
Usually that's what players like to play, don't they? Yeah. A little straighter out there. You don't have to worry about that falling back to the center. And here we go. Let's see. Should have good weight on this. Definitely an intern. Woohoo! Wow. Yes. Well, now, boys, here we are.
Yeah.
They just showed patience and just kept pulling them in, so here we go. Second one in and force them to draw to the 4-foot.
Yeah, if they can keep this good piece of the 8-foot, you'll have to decide whether to hit it or.
Important to make this shot because they could post another 2 on the scoreboard here. So he's had his draw weight. He's always been close.
Yeah, you love to see the skip of the other team throwing a draw right after they've just thrown a run back too. So this is get one in there good and make them make a good draw for one.
Not touching it yet. Ooh.
Be careful.
Is it a little hot? Oh, it's slowing down. Slow down.
Looks like it should
Yeah.
hang in there.
Oh, yeah. Get swinging in behind. Tuck it in there a little bit. Ooh, nicely done. Nicely done. T-line weight, you can't ask for anything better. Well, you're making him make it. That's it.
Yep. I can't tell. Looks like he might be thinking throw the straight draw.
Yeah, it looks like he's just throwing.
Yep.
Yeah, he's taking more ice for just a straight draw. Yeah. It looked like at first he was going to try to just draw down to it, but now this is just a straight draw.
Yeah. That's
Better choice. I mean, if he was trying to come down on top of it, he might hit the front blue and give up 2 this way here. He's sure to only give up 1 if he doesn't make it perfect.
Yeah, and one of the problems with playing to the backing is you take ice for the straight draw, throw it heavy, and then you miss the backing anyway.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah.
So playing straight draw to the 4-foot.
It's easier in your mind to feel that way, isn't it, than thinking backing. Okay, they're not touching this yet, so it's either really good or, oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, it's looking good. They're just going to cozy that in there. Oh yes, good judging. Well done, boys. Beautiful draw after that big run back weight, and then just kind of the gentle weight to come down in there and draw to the 4-foot. That was well done. Good job by the Glooscap team, though, to hold them to 1.
Yeah, definitely was a chance to steal there. He had to make a good one on his last. So.
Okay, that's after 4 now. 7-1 after 4. We're going 1 more in the 5th and break. See if they can get a nutritional boost or something to get them out there and make a few more rocks here.
So I'd say this one will be pretty easy to know what's going on. They're going to go top 4, I would say, followed by some corner guards.
Yep, pretty routine. Makes it easy for us, right? We just sit here, we don't have to think about it. We can almost predict what they're going to do. Although that last end, I'll tell you, Sheffield called a few shots that I hadn't expected, and they turned out to be brilliant.
Yep,
really.
Definitely paid off for him. Timeout was paid off.
That's the interesting thing about curling. I mean, you can often sit behind the ice and say, oh yeah, they should be doing this, they should be doing that. But it all comes down to making the shot.
Yep.
It may not be what you thought they should have called, but if they make the shot that they've called, then it can twist that thing around into a knot.
Yeah, the right shot's the one you're going to make, so.
Just over here. Good weight. Doesn't want to be in the house. Just out in the free guard zone. Just watching that. Good shot.
Now you'll see probably top 12 or tight guard.
Nothing long on this.
No.
Even if he bumped his own, that would be better than a long guard. Is that in or?
No.
Oh.
Tight guard?
Yeah, tight. Just, yeah. just ignore that, coming around that lovely corner that he set up. He could put another corner guard up here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would definitely be. Now with the 5 guards, that's basically the whole point of it, is you get 2 corner guards.
Yes.
So
Sweep this one all the way. It's either just going to get by it or not.
Nope.
Nope.
Well, 2 corner guards.
Yeah, 2 corner guards. We'd like to have them one on each side, though, wouldn't we? Because that's set up for an easy double there.
Yeah.
And not this shot, but soon, if they need to do that. Well, this is interesting.
The only good thing about those yellows is that it looks like they might be queued up to go into the blues.
Yeah, that could be for sure, depending on how far they are out the front.
Yeah.
They just swing across the top of it or catch the back of it. Well, that second guard over there has kind of forced Loewen into playing out front, which he doesn't really want to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, you never really want to be throwing too many guards. This is probably the best result that could have happened.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if he can get is he close enough to get that double and the roll on the rings there? He seems to think that. He's calling that.
Yeah. You definitely. The key is the shooter. The double isn't as important right now. You got to get one underneath that group of corner guards, and it's out there. It looks like.
Yeah. Oh,
Get
is
the
he on
corner
his
guards.
front? No. Whoa.
I think you'll see it.
He either ran very straight or maybe just set it out a little bit.
I think you'll see them start peeling now. So.
Oh, yes. Oh, this is now. Let's see what happens here with this double. This will be interesting to see if it'll come and pick that blue one off the front. He wouldn't mind that at all.
No.
It'd be great to see that happen, that slash across there.
It's tough to lose the shooter and both those yellows, though, so
Yes.
there's a good chance that there will be a guard somewhere. They almost have to play it on the nose.
Okay. Good weight here, probably. Right in the center of the rock.
It's getting-
He's got a softer handle.
That's not a good result.
Yeah.
That's definitely put a little life into
It
Sheffield's
has,
game
hasn't it?
here. Yeah.
There's no question there. Let's see what he's looking at here. What's he calling here?
I think he's calling the hit and roll on the guard again.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Or he's not calling the run back?
I'm not
Yeah, I
100% sure.
didn't see the call, but the ice was really, really tight.
Yeah.
Oh! Whoa! Ouch, eh? Ouch. Yeah, it was very tight ice.
Yeah. We're handing it back and forth here right now,
Back and
so.
forth. You take it, I'll take it, you take it.
This should just be a probably hit and roll out.
Yes, they don't want to stay here.
Yeah.
I'm going to get more difficult now.
This looks like the Breeze on the one top 8.
Yeah, it looks like he's... It's hard to say. It's going to be pretty darn close. Oh, that was so close. That was great weight.
Yeah, they've definitely been close with the weight. It just seems like they might need to take a few inches more ice on everything they've been throwing.
It seems that way, doesn't it? Because everything's just been over curling for them.
Might be curling a little more today than it has been.
How do you like the ice here? Have you?
Yeah, Brian always does a good job with it. It's always real fast. Got that one tight. But
yeah, Brian Rafuse and David Jones, Tony Sterling. Those are the the top ice makers in the province, and they've worked really hard and helped each other when things go awry or someone gets sick or whatever. Then we lost Dave in that horrible accident, and it was a big loss to curling, not only for the Mayflower Curling Club, but preparation for ice at national events.
Oh, and that goes right through the uprights
that
there.
Hurts again, and that's another overcurl.
Yeah.
And maybe at Glooscap, their home ice might run straighter.
Yeah.
So they're just not getting it. And as we said, we did check on the rotation. The team has a slower rotation, so maybe it's just kind of drifting off away.
Yeah, definitely. They're definitely getting a little more curl than the Loewen team is.
Absolutely.
These guys have all been here many times before, and they know what to expect, so they definitely have a little more experience when it comes to ice with these rocks. And
he's going to be facing this skip is going to be worn out when he finishes this game. Every end he's facing a number of rocks. So I mean, you have to give it to the Loewen team, though. I mean, they've played really well, and they've taken every advantage that they have to put the pressure on Glooscap's team. So
yeah, no, the Loewen team is definitely playing like they don't have any lives left to give, so
that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Well, is he calling a hit and roll behind there, or is he calling a draw? It doesn't look like much ice for the draw, does it?
No, I think he's trying to throw the double and stay buried, but I'm not sure that it gets you much. But
no, I don't think so either.
If you get it into the pocket, like into the crotch of the two, I guess. But even if you make it, they should have a very short little slash, I would think.
Yeah, you can't make any mistakes on this one.
This one didn't seem to...
Yeah, no, wide open. It'll be a straight open hit. Now he's line 2 there. I mean, he doesn't have to do that. He could ignore that, couldn't he?
Yeah, he
Could put
could.
one out front and just say, draw to the 4-foot.
Yeah. I mean, if he noses this,
Yeah.
gives him a real tough. He's got to almost go out turn real wide around those blues in the rings
Yeah,
for his
the
one.
draw.
So
Yeah, but if is that double wide open? I can't see with that one out front.
yeah, I'm not sure that it's any
There.
better than edge on edge. I don't think that
Yeah.
they can make the double.
No. Okay, so he's forcing him into the draw there.
Yeah.
Okay, last draw coming up here. Is it?
Last one for Loewen. Then he looks pretty close.
Yeah. Just gets that little
Yeah.
flop inside a little bit. Oh, ouch. That's mean.
Yeah.
Very well done. Very well done.
Yeah.
Good weight on that too. Nice controlled weight that he just hit a bit of the rock and flopped in. So now he forces him out a little wider. On either turn, he has to come out wide to get the shot.
Yeah, I think the intern's looking a little easier.
Yeah,
but
the intern looks easier for sure. That out turn where you have to pass that rock outside and the way they're staggered in there. Yeah, I think the intern is definitely the shot. I kind of bet a quarter on him that he'd make it. He's been drawing so well. You up for that bet?
a quarter? I'm not even sure that they're not even calling the draw. So.
Oh, they're not? Oh, no.
Yeah, this is.
Oh.
I don't think they can score one hitting
No.
this, but.
No, that'd be tough.
Yeah.
Well, if
you threw it really hard and hit it an inch low, you might be able to squeak in for shot.
Geez.
But
This is a tough shot. He's been so good at the draw.
This is definitely.
I guess he's thinking maybe deep down in a little tiny corner of his mind that at least if I only give up one, I'm still here, whereas if I miss the draw and give up 3. Although he shouldn't feel that way because he's been so great at the draw. Okay, let's see what this is going to do here. Sweeping right away, so it's either a good sign or a bad sign.
He's real close.
Oh, go. Okay, so he just steal of 1. So
I guess if he had thrown it 100 miles an hour harder, he might have been able to get 1. But
if we had Kevin Cooey throwing it, that would have been it. So let's have a look. We've got 4 sheets, I think, finished, and they're in the 5th end break. So let's have a look at the scores now.
Yeah, so we have Strang and Young. They finished there in the 5th end break, and that is 5-4 for Strang right now. Strang got 1 and 5, and then the other sheets are all going on still, I think. It's hard to see past all the curlers who are standing up in front of us. But
they're all having their break, so they're leaving the ice for a minute. So we'll be able to bring those scores to you in a second here.
Yeah.
All right. I think, Adam, that looks pretty good now for you.
Yeah, it's definitely... What is it? And then it's... On sheet C, we got Mosier and Langlois, and it's 5-3 still for Mosier. And on sheet B, Weagle picked up a 3 and 4, so that one's starting to get up there as well. They're up 8-3. So.
Okay.
But saying that, McIsaac is lying 2 right now over on sheet B, so never know.
You never know that those 5-enders are how they creep up on you, and they just change the whole dynamics of the game, don't they, when they happen early
Yeah.
there? Well, Weagle is the defending champion. Am I right on that? Yeah.
Yeah, they are the defending champions. Yeah, they beat me last year.
Oh, does it still hurt?
No, I think I'm over it.
Okay, everyone, welcome back. We've had our fifth end break, and we're good to go again. The score now between Loewen and Sheffield is 8-1. So Sheffield has a big hill to climb. So let's see how this is going to play. So we have the last year's champion over on sheet B, but here with me today, I have last year's champion covering this broadcast. He was the winner of this junior event the previous 2 years. And Adam, just tell me, where did you go for those 2 Canadian championships?
In 2017, we went to where were we? Went to Victoria, and then in 2018, we went to Shawinigan, Quebec. So.
So the temperatures were considerably different in one location than the other.
Yeah. Victoria was definitely a little nicer. I was wearing flip-flops there, and then we went to Shawinigan the next year, and it was minus 40. So.
Yeah. How can I ask what how you finished in the event?
We were one shy of playoffs, 1 game shy both the years, so whatever, tied for 4th or so.
Wow,
yeah,
how
so
close.
tied for 4th or 5th.
Wow,
yeah, it was.
That's a good effort.
Yeah, dropped a few to some teams we shouldn't have lost to in both years. So.
Yeah, you probably still have nightmares about them. You never forget those games when you have an opportunity to go to a Canadian and then move on to the playoff round or something, and if it just slips away, you always remember that last shot I missed, or we overswept, or we should have called it differently. I just don't think they ever go away.
No, definitely not.
So what are you doing this year now? It's your first year in men's, right?
Yeah, first year in men's.
And you're playing out of which club?
Halifax Crown Club. Yeah, so me and the guy who I played with last year, our skip, Matt Manuel. We have a team with Luke Saunders, Colleen Jones's son, and then a guy named Jeff Wilson from Ontario. So
how are you doing? Because now you're going to come up and you're going to play the big guys. Luke is a couple of years older than you, is he not?
Yeah, the other 2 guys are both a little bit older than me and Matt.
They're old guys, right?
Yeah.
You guys are still just babies, yeah. So have you played in any tournaments?
Yeah, we've played a few. We got the Tankard coming up here in, I don't know, a few weeks.
You qualified?
Yep.
Yeah, how did you qualify?
We played up in Berwick a few weeks ago, we get to play in the new club up there.
What's that like? Do they have 4 sheets or?
Yeah, 4-sheet club.
Nice, good ice?
Yeah, the ice was good, very similar to here actually. The speed was really good and good curl. So.
They must have a good ice maker. We'll have to get Virginia Jackson, the Nova Scotia Curling Association coordinator, to hold an event up there pretty soon. So when we see her, we'll pass that along. Yeah, Donnie Smith is the ice maker up there, and I'm told that, from Adam, and I think I might have heard Virginia mention that once as well, that the ice is pretty good. So it's important to have good ice in the rural clubs. Forgive me for saying that, okay? I grew up in Yarmouth, so I can say that. But it's good to have ice out there because it hones the skills of the developing curlers. So, and Adam can say that the ice was good, so great. We look forward to maybe getting out there and holding an event there sometime.
So now we got.
So here we are back on sheet D watching this play unfold.
Draw coming down. Looks like it might be.
Just trying to tuck that in behind there.
Pretty close.
Yeah. Oh, just a little tick. Oh no, they just caught the back of the rock. Excellent sweeping, boys. Very well done.
Yeah, that's a very good spot for that still. Anything up front.
Mm-hmm.
And now we'll see a double peel attempt here.
Oh, God, they're just, ooh, just hung on the edge. All right.
Yeah, it's a little unlucky there, actually.
Absolutely.
But that rock, I don't think is going to worry them too much right now. But definitely gives them a chance.
Gives them a chance for 2.
Yeah.
See how the draw is here. Everyone has to be able to draw well on the team now, don't they? Years ago, the front end players, you just thought, oh God, my lead can draw, my second can hit, that's all I need to worry about. But now you have to be able to do it all.
Yeah, it's definitely, everyone has to be able to make every shot, so you're seeing leads throwing some short run backs and stuff now, so it's definitely,
Called it in. That doesn't hurt him, though, out there. I think he can probably use that. I'm not sure if that yellow one is wide open there. No, it looks like he's playing the run back on it, does it?
Yeah, it does. So
it's a little longer.
Yeah, this one could
try to over curl and spin in towards the center maybe, but I think he'd be happy to play this wide open, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Just give him one.
Yeah, I mean, peel here is fine. If he peels it, hits. Even giving up 2 here doesn't. Well, or you do that.
Oh, yeah, or you can do that.
The only problem with that is that there's still 2 guards that they can use. So.
Absolutely. Yeah. We'll give him 1 for that if we were scoring, okay? Maybe not. We might not give him anything, really. He left it out front.
Yeah, get this one around here, and then you'll see them probably come around the blue on the next one.
Less rocks in play than you would see in the regular men's play, you could say. Just a little touch on the end, but it's still pretty open for the hit and the roll in behind that corner guard.
Yeah, here at this point, I don't think really wherever they roll to, it doesn't matter that much. They're still going to throw a draw on the next one, so hitting and rolling out here is fine. Just make sure that this yellow rock goes away right now. Definitely hitting it pretty thin.
Yeah, it looks like it.
He might not hit it at all.
Oh. Oh, just enough. That's all he had to do, Adam.
Yeah. Then, no matter what he did there, they were still going to have a draw around a corner guard. So.
Yeah. He's just happy to get it out of there.
They're definitely happy to hit it after. I don't think that was the best throw he's had all game. So.
You played against his team?
I've never seen the Skip before.
Skip, he's new this year to Nova Scotia.
Yeah,
he's come down here. I don't know if he's going to school. I know someone said he's working, but I'm not sure if he's going to school as well or came down with his parents. This may be his last year for juniors. It's 20, is it?
Yeah, it's, well, was under 21.
Under 20.
But then it was kind of 21 and under, and I'm not exactly sure. They just changed the age again. So
Oh, right.
some people are aging out that wouldn't have normally aged out.
Oh, yes. Okay, so it all depends on your birth date, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, like I know Team Weagle, they should have had another year, but now 2 of them are going to age out because of the age change this year. So
Right. Oh. Yeah, and then you have to transition into the big guys because you're at the top of the heap, like you guys were last year, and now you come in and you're facing all the big guys. So you start at the bottom again, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe you don't think it's the bottom. Really, I shouldn't have said that. Golly.
Middle of the pack.
The middle, that's it. Right, moving up. Actually, it sounds like a really good lineup. Have to knock some of those old guys down there. Get these young players in there now.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Okay, last shot coming up here by Loewen.
Yeah, it's a good
Looks
draw
like
they've
it's
made. So
partially buried, yeah.
I think
Yes,
he's just
my
throwing
God,
the.
this kid can draw, can
Yeah,
he?
I think he's just throwing the draw to try to get shot here
Yeah,
because
it
I don't
looks
think he
like
can hit that yellow.
Too well buried.
Yep. So this could be a chance for 2 here.
Yeah, it could be. Nice rotation. I love seeing that beautiful, positive rotation. Looks a little heavy here.
Yeah, looks like this one might be going to the
Slipping
hat.
through. Yeah.
Yeah, a little heavy. There'll be a draw for 2.
Whoa, just take a big, deep breath now. Lots of ice.
So
Okay, we can't say this is a routine draw because it's never a routine draw, right?
no.
But if we were betting that quarter,
Yeah, I think he's got a good chance to make this one.
he's got a good chance, yeah.
Looks pretty close. Sweepers don't mind it, I don't think.
Yeah, just, oh boys, don't sweep that now. Don't touch it. No. Yes. Whoa, hold on. Right
grinding
on
in.
the money. There he goes. 2, that's the boy. They can take a nice deep breath. That felt good.
Yeah, that 2 might have bought them a few more ends here now.
Yeah,
Because
I think it has. Yeah, now Loewen's team have to look and say, well, now we better not take these boys lightly. You got to be sharp the next end, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, it always seems to be the problem now with the 5 rock rule is that it's real easy to give up a cheap 2 without really missing any shots even. You just kind of get forced into it.
Absolutely,
So.
absolutely. Someone makes a really good draw around a corner guard and then you're chasing. This has to be out front. They're sweeping this one all the way, so at least that's a good sign it's not going through. Hold on, boys. No. Right in. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay, where are we? He just came a little short. Yep, that's okay.
Yeah.
Right on. Just gonna play defense now, isn't he?
Yep, I think he's just coming around this one top 8,
Yeah.
and
keeping everything into the center and
Yeah, choke off the guards. So, but
choke them off. Yeah.
so that Sheffield can't use them, or Sheffield, I mean.
Mhm.
So. Oh, but this one's sliding deep. That's definitely a mistake there. So.
Yeah. Absolutely. That's what's gonna happen. Did he call this one out front again, or is he coming in?
Yeah, another center guard, I think.
Oh, good. Adam, you look out there and you probably recognize a lot of the players that you've played against before.
Yep, yeah, there are some new faces, definitely some younger teams that have came up that haven't been here before. But yeah, some of the older teams. There definitely seems to be a large pool of younger teams that are coming up. There seems to be a lot of players around that 15, 16-year-old range, especially in the women as well, that should be here for quite a few years still.
Ah, that's great. That's good. And it's good for them, having played against you, knowing that you're going to be playing in the provincials. That's an inspiration for them. So good all around there. Hard to get practice time on the ice down in Halifax, or you can get lots of...
No, practice ice is pretty good there as long as, like, throughout the day. So, yeah, it's a good club for anyone who's in school or can get lunch hours off at work or something like that. So.
Good. I see they started a stick league down there at the Halifax Curling Club. Did I hear a little snicker there, or was that a cough?
I'm not sure about the stick league.
Oh, you haven't given it a try yet, right?
Oh, I've tried it. I'm not very good at it.
That's exactly. I'm glad to hear that. It's not an easy game, is it?
No.
The hardest part is no sweeping.
Yeah, no sweeping and trying to throw draw weight like that. You can throw hits, no problem, but to try to get any feel, so.
Oh, I know. Yeah, it's there's a number of things about that game that really make it difficult. Is that you can't go down in the house and see the setup of the rocks, which you always do in a regular curling game, because you're down either as a sweeper or the mate or the skip or the, when you call a timeout, you can come down in the house. In stick curling, you can only go halfway down the ice, so it's like you're visually impaired trying to look down and see what's going on. So that's a problem. And then, if, like you say, if you try to throw a draw or a finesse shot, there's no sweeping, so you have to be perfect.
Yeah.
And but it's opened up the game for a lot of people, and it's quite interesting. And I think it's bringing adults into the game who have never played before, but are retired, but not in ill health or any limitations, but just want to get out and play the game of curling and not have to learn the sliding delivery, which can be really difficult for people who are non-athletic or who start maybe at the age of 50 or 55 or 60. So, it's been a really good addition to the game of curling.
Yeah, there's definitely been a few, the stick curling and the mixed doubles and all that stuff is...
Oh, yes. Oh, it's opened up. And even the little rocks, starting them off with the smaller weight curling stone instead of having to throw and learn the game with a regular curling stone. The game has definitely evolved over the last number of years.
Yeah, they definitely open it up for just about everyone in any shape and size to play, so...
Well, here at the Lakeshore Curling Club, they have a number of wheelchair curlers here, and they've built a ramp to get out on the ice, so it's accessible for them. It's interesting to play with them. I don't know if you've ever played against a wheelchair curler, but they have these curling sticks that are 7 feet long, and they have to lean off to the side of the wheelchair, and someone braces the wheelchair, and then they thrust forward. So it's quite amazing how well they can play.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go. What's the setup down here?
I don't know, not real great for either team right now. I mean, Sheffield definitely has a chance here to throw it in, put some pressure again on Loewen. So.
That looks like that's coming in there. Another wonderful draw.
Yeah, it definitely seems like the
Yeah.
Sheffield team has figured out the ice a little better. It seems like they might just be giving a little more ice because they seem to be getting by all these guards by quite a bit more than they were, if not racking. So
absolutely. And that's what we talked about early in the first end, is try not to get into any trouble in that first two ends. Because you're right, I mean, they have been drawing beautifully and slipping behind those guards. If they had been able to do that early on in the game, this game would have been different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. The 6 points in the first two ends, if those aren't there, then it's definitely a different game.
Yeah, nice little finesse shot here, tapping back. Left the rock wide open. Certainly an opportunity for Sheffield here to... there's a Sheffield Farms down in the valley. I wonder if that's the family that they're from down there.
There's a good chance here if they can make this hit and roll, which I think he's pretty close, looks like.
Yeah, just don't want to roll too far away.
Oh, he made the double instead.
Whew. Okay. It's pretty wide open though. Hey, didn't really want that. Really would have liked to have been flopped in behind.
Yeah. I don't know if this is real good. I think you almost want to stick here on this one. I don't know that you want to roll too far, but
absolutely.
I think they're trying to play the roll under the corner.
Well, if he pops too far back, he gives the opportunity there. It's not bad.
No, that's definitely better. I think nose or that little roll. I don't think they wanted to roll all the way under those corner guards, so. Now he'll have a little hacked board weight, I think, hit and roll under, and try to put some pressure on him again. Sweeping early, but it looks pretty close.
He's always had reasonably good weight on these shots here. Is he just going to get by? Yeah.
No.
Okay, hit the top one and missed that opportunity. Ooh, this is not good. He has one more shot to try to
get
out of this end. Otherwise, he'll look at possibly giving up a 3 again.
Yeah. So, Loewen will just try to throw one in front of theirs, hopefully in the rings, and make it real tough to really make anything good that they're not going to score 2 here. They're sweeping it early.
Yeah, they want to get that in for a biter. It looks like it's not going to... Well, she's still running. Yeah, just a little touch here. No. Well, that's certainly given Sheffield an opportunity to...
yeah, that's definitely not where he wanted that to go.
No, not at all.
No. The only concern here, I think, is that he might be throwing a little more weight than he probably should at this, but...
To try.
You just throw a almost heavy draw down and just tap this a couple feet would be really good.
Yeah, it doesn't have to move it out of the house or anything,
No.
really. Just move it back a little. Be perfect. Yeah, you're right. It looks like he's throwing more weight than he needs.
Yeah, I think he's hitting this high side.
Yeah.
Rolling out, maybe. Oh, might go under the corner.
Oh, wow, what do we know?
I think it's still going to be a
Yeah.
pretty wide open hit for two. So I think that was...
Yeah, I think you're right. The lighter weight would have been a much better shot and a better opportunity for him to steal than this to pop out in the open.
Yeah, I think it was just easier for him to make... It's always hard to make a hit and roll when you're throwing a 10-second hit in comparison to a hacker board.
Maybe we'll get an update afterwards here, Adam, just to let everyone know what's going on the ice after this shot here.
Sweeping it early, but I think he looks pretty good. Just cleaning it now, so it should be a 2.
Yeah, nicely done. Great weight on that, too. Okay, let's have an update here across the board.
So, in the Young Strand game on Sheet E, they blanked 7. So it's, what is that, 6-5? 6-5 for Young. And then we got 6-4 for Mosier over Langlois, and then Weagle picked up 2 in 6, so it is 10-5 for Weagle on Sheet B. So seems like they're
well in control over there.
Yeah, it seems like there are a lot of games that have been putting up quite a few points so far, so some high-scoring games out there today.
Adam, let's, just for our viewers, you had mentioned 10 seconds on the hit. Let's just talk about that a little bit for some people that may not be aware of what that actually means. So let's tell our viewers, when you're talking about a 10-second hit, a 9-second, or board, and let's hear what you've got to say about that.
Yeah, just the weights are something that you hear quite often now at the competitive level. It's just like timing from the time the rock crosses the one hog line to the time it crosses the other. So 10-second hit would be like kind of like a soft, normal-ish kind of hit weight that a lot of teams throw at just wide open takeouts now. Then you got board, which is obviously just trying to hit the rock to the boards kind of area. So depending on the shot, you want to change the call. I mean, there are guys who are throwing 5.5-second peels. Those are going pretty fast, so just depends on...
Can't even keep up with those.
No, and you're not going to want to throw that at a wide open hit when you're trying to stick, so you don't have to. So just, its big thing is that a lot of competitive teams, like a lot of the men's teams, are so good at is throwing the right weight for the right call. You don't need to throw everything hard, which is something that you see a lot of younger junior teams doing, is throwing hard at everything.
Yeah,
so
absolutely. And the same thing applies with the draw.
Hmm. Yeah, it's definitely, and then you can throw draws as well, which are, the times are
So if you're
different.
drawing to the tee on Halifax ice or whatever, what time are you getting from hog line to hog line? Just to give the viewers an idea of if you're saying it's
Yeah.
12 at the hog line, then is that taking you into the tee? Do you add 10 to get a tee? How are you doing that?
Yeah, 12 would probably be through. 12's like close to hack, I would say. You're like probably 14 and a half usually. That's pretty consistent at most clubs that you'll play at.
Okay.
And a lot of competitive spiels will be somewhere between 14 and a half and 15 when the ice makers are trying to get the ice as good as they can for you. So.
Good. And it's interesting how some teams, there was a period of time when the stopwatch became invaluable for teams, that they relied on the stopwatch too much and they stopped judging the weight of the rock. So you have some teams, like the Gushu team at times have gone with the stopwatch, gone without the stopwatch. How is your team using the stopwatch? Just as a guide?
Yeah, hog to hogs are a good thing because the sweepers can't use them. Like, you don't get a hog to hog until it's too late, so you're still forced to judge it yourself.
Yes.
That's more of something the skip will take is the hog to hog. But I don't know, I don't take split times at all, which is the back line to hog.
Yes.
Just judge by eye. I find it, you get looking at it too much, and people change their release all the time anyway, and then it throws off the time. So just depends on the team. Lots of teams use them, and they're good with them. Just so we got, what do we have out here now? We got double tempt here, and then basically open it up, and the end will probably be just about over if they make this. Oh, they're not throwing it now.
Just looking at, must be wide open. Yeah, it is. It's wide open. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to hold this on and I guess make them throw against a few at the end. I'm not really sure. I don't.
It's not necessary to do that with the score up this high. I mean, he could just take that front off, couldn't he?
Yeah, it would be.
Try to play the double peel if he could, but if he didn't think he could make that, at least peel it away. Yeah.
At this point, I think your own rocks come in to hurt you usually more often than they come to help. So
yeah. And like here's a little example of maybe a shot that wasn't necessarily the proper one to call, right? Take that front off. And
yeah, I mean,
there's no such thing as sympathy in the game, is
no.
there?
No, definitely not. Try to get off as quick as you can. Everyone loves the game, but you don't mind getting off a couple ends early if you can, so.
Get some rest.
Yeah,
because you're just running back and forth to the club, home, get something to eat, change, blah. Yeah, it's a busy time, isn't it?
Yeah, especially in an event like this. This is a marathon for sure. It's, you want to throw as few rocks, you want to sweep as few rocks as possible.
Yeah.
Just get to the end of the week. Hopefully be the team who wins.
Yay! Where's the Canadian this year?
Langley, BC.
Where's that? Do you have any idea?
Yeah,
Where's that?
I went there for the Optimist 2014.
Oh.
So the under 18 Optimist. So it's pretty close to. It's basically just outside of Vancouver. Like it's 30 minutes away.
Yeah. Oh, nice trip. Oh, up. Yeah.
It's a good result.
Yes, a good result.
Could have been not so good if it had stopped, but rolling that out doesn't hurt them at all.
Yeah, this is just basically going through the motions here now.
Yeah.
Do you not feel that?
Yeah, it's just go up and down, hit the enemy rocks and try not to give up anymore. Just score your one here and the game's probably over. So
That's a hard thing to do, is to have that patience to do that, because you think, oh God, if we could get 2, we could get 3, we could put them away, whatever. It's to just have that patience, to do your job, to know, just keep throwing, don't get excited. Okay, here we go. Now this is, let's have a look at this and see how this goes. And what kind of weight do you think he'd be throwing on that?
Probably 7 seconds. 7 and a bit, I think, probably
Okay.
looks like.
No? Okay.
Not ideal either.
No, didn't really change anything for them.
No, but split the rings here. I'm kind of surprised they're not coming around.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I think there would have been an opportunity to come around there. Well, one sweeper now.
This is
A little heavy.
hang on.
It's gonna stick on the
Nope.
back there. No.
So I think they'll take a crack at the same shot they just threw, I would say.
Yeah. It becomes difficult. The concentration goes when you're down in a game. You probably, I mean, everyone's been there.
Yeah.
I mean, one time or another, you just feel like crawling.
One too many times.
Yeah. Too many times, but we've been there, haven't we?
Yeah.
So it's, it's like, get me out of here. Well, the only good thing, I guess, is they removed the yellow, but
Yeah. Yeah, those 2 throws didn't do a lot really
Really?
for them, but
no.
it's better than it was, I guess. They're blues now, but besides for that, would have almost been better to just make one of them go away.
Yes.
But
Slip this by. Might just. Oh, just a little more, boys. Just. Oh, wow. They just ran out of steam.
You just pick this. And
Yeah.
I don't know that you want to play that run back, because if they make that draw, it's such a short run for you later.
Yeah.
I think if you just pick the... You make the run now, but I think I'd just be throwing the straight pick on the yellow and them. This one will probably be another peel, I would say. Should have some speed behind it.
With the weight at all. Just throw it at it. Try to get something out of there. Clear them both. Who knows what'll happen with this here, depending on how he hits it.
It's not throwing it that hard, actually.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. You could see the speed that he came out.
It's like a normal hit weight.
Yeah. Well,
good enough.
Well, he closed the corner off, though.
Yeah.
Brings him out further to the 4-foot.
Yeah, I mean, I think he can still make that same draw.
Yes,
so.
absolutely. They've got the right person throwing.
ice. And
Mm-hmm.
I was just about to say maybe they take a little more ice. But
Yeah.
um,
It all depends on the weight, doesn't it?
yeah.
And his
Doesn't-
rotation is soft. Yeah, that was just one. So now he's got
It's pretty good.
he's coming.
His line's real good, I think, if
Yeah,
he
he'll
can.
slide in there if they can get that by. He's just guy is good. Oh my God, that's phenomenal. Right on. High five.
Oh,
Oops. Little tumble there.
yeah, it's good. Make him draw again.
Yeah.
4 foot again.
That is beautiful.
Really does make you think if those
Yes.
first 6 points hadn't been put up early in the first 2 ends.
Absolutely.
Could have been anyone's game.
How do you get a team to play simple and tough and straight for those first couple of ends, especially teams with less experience?
Mhm.
You know, don't let the more experienced teams get you into playing a game that you're not comfortable
Yeah.
with yet, or you're learning the ice or whatever.
Yeah, it's definitely a thing when you're coming to these events like this as a younger team. You definitely just want to get ends, get experience,
Mm-hmm.
play as long as you can. It makes the teams who think that they should be more experienced and should be better. It
Yeah.
makes them sweat when they have to play 10 ends.
Yeah, absolutely. I
So-
mean, it's like the Wiggle and the McIsaac team over on Sheep B.
Mhm.
I mean, they're 3 15-year-olds on that team from Truro playing the last year's provincial champion, and
Mhm.
here they are. They're hanging out there playing in the 8th end. They're down, but they're just getting the experience, like you say. They're not walking off. And okay, here we go, seeing if he can corner freeze to this shot. Well, it looks like it could be wide open.
Yeah, he's just going to have a hit and stick for
Oh,
2.
it was a pretty good try, though.
Yeah, it was.
It was a pretty good try. I mean, he shot, God, if he had come in another 2 feet, not 2 feet, a foot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just never really got the line.
Yeah, he never got the line. Wow, look at the weight, the ice that he's calling on this.
Mhm. Yeah, it does almost seem like this out turn's running a little straighter.
Yeah,
'Cause
down that center line,
Yep.
straight down that center.
so
All right,
it's good.
big shot here for him. Does it come up? Yeah,
I think so, yeah.
Right on. Good for you. 2. Well done. Well done. Oh, they're going to continue on. One more
Yeah,
in to
so-
play, they're saying. Well done.
So get that too. 6, 7, 8, 10 to 5.
10 to 5, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like you say, the team wants to play and get that experience, and they can take away from this game that they hung in there and they got stronger and stronger as they went on. And they look at the scoreboard with the coach and they'll just say, the first 2 ends killed us, especially the steal.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and even
Especially the steal.
you never know. You can get a skip thrown against 3 or 4 here. And you get lucky, misses, or real bad luck. Something real bad happens, picks or something. You never know.
Yeah.
There's always a chance. Just
There's always a chance, isn't there?
get them thrown
If you
against
come
a
off,
few.
the chance is gone. It's over.
Yep. This is the last game for them either way if they lose, so might as
Yes.
well play it out and see.
Play it out. Get the experience. Go home feeling positive. I think they can. I mean, other than the first 2 games, it was pretty close, and they made some phenomenally good draws. And maybe they made a few hits where they probably should have played the draw.
Mhm. going open side here. And
Yeah, just going that one out front just
didn't
curled
make
a
it in.
little over, a little further than they wanted, but it's pretty good. Yeah, calling the second one out front here. You know, you sit behind the glass and you see the skip calling the shot and say to the lead, just throw me this long guard just over the hog line. That's a hard shot to make.
The long center guard when you need to steal is, I think, the hardest shot in curling, because if you slide 2 feet deep, it's completely useless. They just throw the double peel, and if you hog it, it's basically the same thing. So.
Oh, yeah. That is so hard to make.
It's a pretty good guard there.
Oh, that turned out really good, yeah. Interesting. I don't even know why he's bothering to throw any more rocks. What do you think about that?
I would have thrown them both through.
Yeah, what's the point?
Well,
right?
I think they're trying to score, but I feel like that's just kind of pointless. When you have a 5-point lead, those are rocks that peels can jam on.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, just get them through.
Yeah.
I mean, 5 2 ends. You've got one with the hammer. Should be pretty good, unless you give them something, and that's giving them something, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a good shot.
Yeah, another good shot. Yeah.
See if you can't clean all this up here.
Yeah, this will be interesting to see. Look at the weight that he's going to throw on this and what happens. One guy kind of gave it a little shove or something, but whoa.
Those corner guards almost came in. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes. Called this one out front again, did he?
Yep.
Just gentle, easy boy. Whoa.
And there it is.
Sheesh. Great touch, great touch. That's the hardest thing to do, to get a good guard on something, isn't it? And then, like you say, to complicate it, to just bring it over the hog line. I'll give him 110 for that.
This one's out there as well. This could be an air ball, so touched it.
Oh, they're just missing those ones out front. I'm telling you, if they get to hit that one that's closer in, and they don't get it, it's running over on those blue over there. Looks a little bit heavier. Yeah. Ooh. What do? Do you sweep it, tap it, bring it by? Oh, come on, boys. Get it by there. Get it by. Just pop that open a little bit and give them a chance for the double now, eh?
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised they're not just throwing the double, but...
Yeah. Well, you know, who knows? What do we know?
Yeah. If he makes this, it's really good, so
Yes.
makes sense. But
Oh, God, I thought he was going to hit those blue. Now they get a chance to put a better guard
Yeah.
on it, eh?
yeah, exactly. As long as they
Right.
guard the one touching
Yeah.
the center line.
Because he had probably 3/4 of that rock showing. I mean,
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
the time to try for it, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I mean, if it was maybe an 1/8 or a 1/4, you'd say no, the pin
Yeah.
wasn't really the one. But that had a good bit of the rock showing.
Just guard right over curl.
Yeah. Oh dear. The weight was good. Or maybe. Yeah. Too bad. That was a missed opportunity there,
He's
wasn't
throwing
it?
the run anyway, so again.
Is he still?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
At some point, if you could
Yeah.
ever come in and tap that on the nose, that yellow could set up a steal too. So
Kind of. I don't know if I would go in and tap it. Yeah.
I would wait till the last.
Yeah,
but
until the last.
Yeah.
Yeah, last rock, and then tap it back.
tap
to
it
the,
back to the top of the button.
Or
roll
I
a
think
little
a
bit.
little deeper, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, and set up a
Yeah,
steal
and let him,
too. But
maybe get the jam, or he might get 2 out of
because
it. Or,
no matter what happens here, he's just gonna pick the open rock on his last. So
Yes.
you might as well throw one in, get a third one in, try to steal 2.
yeah.
Just trying to steal 4 in the last end is never easy.
Trying to steal is never easy.
This one's over.
Curling a little?
Yeah.
It's hard to tell from this line, isn't it, really? But it
Yeah.
looks like it. Oh, no, he's been so good. He's been so good. I guess he sees it, enough of it now that he's saying, okay,
Yeah, I think he has all of
Yeah.
it plus some.
yeah.
He only has to hit
Yeah, a piece of it, just
Thin
a
half.
corner of it, yeah. Now go.
than half or less. So.
Yeah. Shooter will go, but then of course Sheffield will have that drawing around that center one again and force him to the draw.
Yeah.
But one.
Yeah, well, stealing one here isn't
6
real.
to, yeah, 3 and 3, 6, 9. Yeah, 6 to 9. Down 3 coming home is like a Hail Mary.
I think he's
Yeah? Because they're just not touching anything. Wants
That's
to
good.
stay right there. Oh, yeah. Oh, he's put it and flop in.
Yep.
You like that?
At this point, I don't.
Could he draw?
Man.
Could he draw by it?
Yeah, maybe he might be able to just draw right
Yeah,
around that
just
yellow,
draw
but
around that yellow and catch the 4 foot there. I mean, hitting him rolling, it doesn't. If he could draw, I mean, he's so good at that draw. He could just. It's hard to see from this stagger here if there would be enough room for him to do that.
yeah,
But if he could, I think that would be the shot, because this is only going to end up on the 8 foot for him, right?
mhm.
So, and rolling over is going to leave all the 4 foot open for Loewen. So,
I
oh,
think he's got to
it's
sweep
an
it to hit it.
overcurl. Yeah.
Stick, yeah.
Yeah, I think the draw, he was so good at that.
bother with this, but
Yeah. Yeah. But like you say, maybe they want to have the experience and what's going on.
yeah, they're. I mean, what they're calling there.
Oh.
The Loewen team's talking about trying to split that on to score 2 for some reason.
Oh,
which
I see. Right.
I don't really know why you would bother, but
Yeah, that's not an easy one to do, really. He has to hit it enough to hit the blue one and then bounce that
Yeah.
one in and the other one. That's a real tough shot. But, it's worth a try because it could mean a shot in the future to win a game.
yeah.
So where do you get to practice these things but here? So, worth a try. Everything is an opportunity to get better, so why not? It's a toughie, though, don't you think?
Yeah, I think I don't think it's as hard as it looks. You can hit anywhere, really, a third to a half, and they're both going to go in. You could throw 10-second hit weight at it. It doesn't really matter what he throws, but
Okay.
I don't think it's very hard. I'm just kind of surprised he's even bothering with the score being as high. He doesn't just chuck the draw and come in. But
Yeah. No, you're right about the weight.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think they're-
Well. All right. After 9 ends, where do we stand here?
10-5 still. I
And on sheet E, we have
Yeah.
Young and Strang.
think. Yep.
6.
They're. We need to do the running scores, make it easier for us. But
Yeah. Right.
6. 8 to 6.
6.
For Young over Strang.
Right.
And then we have.
Too many bodies in the way right now
Yeah.
to have a look, so we can just hold on for a second. But everybody's coming. Just one team is still in the 9th. Oh no, 2.
2, yeah.
Yeah,
but-
B and C are still in the 9th, and we're now in the 10th on D and E.
This will be a short end, I would say. A few rocks, and they'll run them out of rocks, and then I'd be surprised if the mates throw in this end. But
Yes. Well, here we go. He's trying the little tick shot. It's a tough one. It's just over the hog line.
yeah,
Oh, he's on the nose, is he? Oh, no, pretty good. Whoa.
just a little thick,
Yeah, a little thick.
or a little too much weight, one or the other.
Yeah. I find those ones just over the hog line are really, really difficult to do that. If you've
Yeah.
got a little more room when you're a little further in the rings, or in the front of the house, closer to the rings, it seems to be a little easier.
Yeah, it's definitely a little harder. You're just not
Yeah.
used to calling line for a rock that only goes
Yeah.
that far.
Right.
The extra 4 or 5 feet when it's in just gives it that little extra time to curl. You're not really.
Yeah.
It's a different broom placement altogether.
To curl and to
Yeah.
use your sweepers and all of that.
I think you just throw this one away if you were. Oh.
Oh, this is kind of curious, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that the double peel's so easy right now that you would just throw this one. But
Yeah, really. No, but then again, the minds of a skip. He might be looking at the practice shot, but he could bump this yellow one into the house.
Yeah. Well, he made the double peel easier, so.
He has. He has, and he has one in the house. Not that he needs anything.
Oh. And it looks like Young just beat Strang. So, I think.
Yeah, and the score there after 9 ends of play, they ran them out of rocks in 10. It's 2, 4, 6, 7, 9 to 6, is it?
Yeah.
9 to 6.
It's an X.
Now, is that it for Strang? Are they out?
No, that was a B.
Oh, that was in the B.
Yeah, that was a
Okay.
B semi. So.
Oh, the B semi. Okay.
They'll be dropping to play
Down to play in C.
one of these guys, the winners of
On-
one of these two games on C or D.
Right. Okay, they missed that draw, so we're looking to just clear the front now.
Yeah, this is as double peels go, very easy one. So, oh, it's a triple peel actually. I think.
Yeah.
Just make the double. Yeah, just make the double.
Whoa. Oh, it almost jammed on that blue one. Almost a jam.
There we go. And Weagle just beat McIsaac on sheet B.
And
So.
the score after 9 ends of play is 5, 8, 10 to 2, 4, 7, 10 to 7.
Yeah, I think Weagle just scored a few there.
Okay.
So, I'm not sure what they scored, but.
Coasting along nicely there. You don't want to become complacent, right?
No.
When you're the leader of the pack.
No, you definitely want to try to get all 3 qualifying spots if you can, then you don't have to play in the playoffs, so.
Yeah. Were you able to do that?
Yeah, we did once, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But
Did you come back and watch the games, or did you just stay away from the club?
stayed away.
Yeah, yeah, me too. I never came to watch.
No. Alright, so just make the straight peel here and straight peel, and they're just about out of rocks here.
Just about out
They
of
gotta
play.
put everyone in the rings now, so
Boys, good job, boys.
put them all in plus, I think. Yeah, put them all in plus get that one in the rings. Oh, okay, yeah, they're done.
And they're
So,
over. Okay, so what we have left out here is Loewen has defeated Sheffield. They ran them out of rocks in the 10th end. It actually turned out to be a good game after those first 2 ends. They just continued to put the pressure on them. The skip made some phenomenal draws in that game, so it made it really exciting. And as you said, you know, you want to stay out there as long as you can to get some experience, and they were able to do that. So well done to them. And there's 1 sheet left on sheet C, and you can tune into the broadcast. So we'd like to thank you for joining us. We want to thank AMJ Campbell for sponsoring the junior curling. And the next draw is the women's, and that'll be 12 o'clock. So hopefully some of you will tune into the broadcast or come to the club and see them. So thank you, and it was a great time together.
yeah, thank you, Penny. Thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in.